Look, if you're considering getting into cryptocurrency or some other speculative nonsense, please listen to this for just a minute. And I'm not going to hate on cryptocurrencies just for the sake of it. I've invested in crypto myself. I made a few thousand when I was younger because I got in quite early. I'm 26 now, and I've learned a lot about finances and the economy and money in general. Let me tell you, crypto is going to go down the drain. It is. I don't know when. I'm not going to say it's next year. It might even last 10 more years. But there's no need for Bitcoin, Litecoin, XRP, or any of these tokens. It's completely speculative. There's a reason the price really only rises when gold rises, because it wants to be like gold. There's a reason why Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies only rise when people like Donald Trump say something to try and hype up the cryptocurrency space. It's because it's completely speculative, right? An asset shouldn't need to rise just because a celebrity said something about it. That doesn't change the fundamentals of an asset. It's just completely stupid. It's nonsense. And I hope a lot of younger people understand that. Like, you need to understand the fundamentals of an asset. Like, the reason why property rises in price is because of supply and demand, right? And some people might say, well, Bitcoin has supply and demand, but people actually need housing, okay? And there's not many houses being built, right? Compared to what there used to be. And the population is rising and rising and rising. So there's so much demand, but very little supply. And people need housing. They don't need Bitcoin. Bitcoin only has a lot of demand because there's so much speculation and fear of missing out, especially during different times of the year when a certain celebrity might say something. That is not how an asset typically performs. I'm not saying Bitcoin is a scam. I completely get it, because I used to, as I said, invest in crypto, and I used to be behind Bitcoin 100% until all these other cryptocurrencies came out, and you kind of realize it's all more or less the same thing, and it's all about making money. It's not about, changing the world for the better like I thought it was when I was younger. It's all speculative. It's all about making money. It's just complete nonsense. Gold has stood the test of time. Not 10 years, not 100 years, thousands upon thousands of years. Gold has been around, and it's been considered real money, a real store of value. It has at least retained its value when there isn't a crisis, when there's nothing going on in the world. But when there is a crisis and people are concerned about their wealth, they buy gold to protect their wealth. They don't put their money in a savings account because they know the concerns around inflation, and inflation eats paper money. The money in your bank account right now is at risk. Your money is constantly being devalued because of inflation. You might not feel it, but it is constantly being devalued. I mean, look at the price of chocolate, a chocolate bar 20 years ago to today, or the price of anything 20 years ago to today. That's simply inflation, right? And if you had the same amount of money 20 years ago as you did today, let's say £1 20 years ago, or $1 20 years ago, that could have bought you maybe a few chocolate bars. Today, that couldn't even buy you one chocolate bar, or maybe one from a very cheap shop or a cheap brand. Okay? If you had £20 of gold, £20 worth of gold 20 years ago, that £20 worth of gold today would probably be worth hundreds of pounds. Okay? So gold retains its value through inflation, and also it outperforms almost every other asset in a crisis. Recessions, pandemics, wars, conflicts, you name it, it does very well during and after a crisis, because people understand gold has been considered real money for thousands of years, not just in the past, not just 100 years ago, between almost the dawn of civilization to now. It has been considered real money. Now, here's what I'm about to say, and you might say, oh, he's just doing this because he has an affiliate link. You can buy gold wherever you want to, but I would consider using a website like bullionvault.com, which makes it convenient and easy to use to buy gold. You can buy gold, they will store the gold for you. All you have to do is deposit £5, $5, whatever amount you want. Click buy gold. They store the gold for you, because you don't want to, a lot of people don't want to buy gold, have it delivered to their house, and then it becomes a risk. Because if you want to buy a lot of gold, and a lot of people do because they understand how valuable it is in a crisis, you don't want someone breaking into your house and stealing all of your gold. So they will store it for you in a highly secure, protected vault, and you can withdraw the money and sell the gold at any time. If you bought gold today, you could sell it tomorrow, and you could even make a profit on it. You're not going to make stupid amounts of money, within a few days or a few weeks from like crypto, okay? Because it's not just about making money. Although gold is a good investment, it's not speculative, it's not stupid, it's not nonsense, it's sensible. You'll thank yourself in 10, 20, 30 years' time when there's going to be another crisis, because there's always a crisis. There's at least one major crisis every decade. A pandemic, a war, a recession, whatever it is. And with artificial intelligence rising and getting better, we should really consider what could happen in the future. There are so many great unknowns, okay? You should really consider buying gold. Stop getting into cryptocurrencies. I mean, I can't force people not to do something, but I would advise you to buy £5 worth of crypto and £5 worth of gold on bullionvault.com using the link in the description, and see where that gets you in 10 years' time. Please compare it. Even 1 year. I would make a bet. Buy £5 worth of Bitcoin and £5 worth of gold using the link in the description, and I promise you, if the gold hasn't at least, because I do suspect that AI is going to cause a lot of job losses even within the next year, and that's going to cause a crisis in the economy, that your gold will be, what did I say, £5? Your £5 worth of gold will be valued more than your Bitcoin. I promise you, 100%. Anyway, I wish you the best of luck. Take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, because that's what's important after all. Your real wealth is your time and your freedom, and gold can protect you and your loved ones from almost any crisis. When others are struggling, in hardship, unable to feed their families because their savings and their money has been eroded, and this is going to happen to even people in the middle class who are quite well off, those with gold will be on top and have money and gold in order to exchange for emergency essentials like food and shelter, if it's that bad. I'm not saying it's going to be like an apocalypse, but it might be. Who knows? Who knows with what's going on with AI and stuff. So that's my advice. Use the link in the description to buy gold. They will store it for you. It's easy, it's convenient. Just £5. It's easy. And compare it against any other investment you've got if a crisis comes along. And I promise you, it will outperform any other asset or investment you've got. Take care of yourself. Thank you for watching.